Hello, my name is Noti Daily. I bet you didn't know how our brains get hooked on habits. Our brains are wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This basic principle drives much of our behavior, shaping our habits and routines. When we encounter something pleasurable, a delicious meal, a compliment from a friend, our brain releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward and motivation. This dopamine surge creates a positive feedback loop, encouraging us to repeat the behavior that led to the reward. This reward-based learning system is incredibly efficient, allowing us to automate essential behaviors like eating and social bonding. However, this same system can lead us down a slippery slope when it comes to less healthy habits. The sugary sweetness of a donut, the relaxing feeling after a cigarette. These experiences trigger the release of dopamine, reinforcing the behavior and making us crave more. Over time, these repeated behaviors become deeply ingrained habits. The neural pathways associated with the habit become stronger, making it increasingly difficult to resist the urge even when we know the behavior is harmful. We rely on willpower and self-control to fight against these ingrained patterns. But willpower alone is often not enough. This is especially true when we are stressed, tired, or overwhelmed. Under pressure, our brain's prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making and impulse control, becomes less effective. This weakens our defenses, making us more likely to fall back on old habits as a way to cope. We reach for the cigarette, the donut, or the smartphone, seeking a quick hit of dopamine to soothe our frazzled nerves. Our mindfulness offers a radically different approach to breaking free from bad habits. Instead of relying on willpower or suppression, mindfulness encourages us to turn towards our cravings with an attitude of curiosity and acceptance. Rather than trying to fight our urges, we learn to observe them with a sense of openness and non-judgment. We pay attention to the physical sensations associated with the craving, the tightness in our chest, the dryness in our mouth, without getting swept away by the urge itself. This may seem counterintuitive. After all, isn't focusing on our cravings likely to make them stronger? Surprisingly, the opposite is true. By bringing a mindful awareness to our experience, we begin to see our cravings in a new light. We start to recognize them as temporary, impersonal sensations that arise and pass away on their own. This process of mindful observation helps to create a sense of distance between ourselves and our cravings. We realize that we are not our thoughts and feelings. We are the observer of those thoughts and feelings. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating. It allows us to step out of the habit loop and choose a different path. Mindfulness also helps us to break free from bad habits by fostering a sense of disenchantment. This doesn't mean becoming cynical or pessimistic. Rather, it involves seeing our habits for what they are, often simply fleeting sensations that we have imbued with exaggerated importance. Think of a smoker who, through mindfulness, begins to pay close attention to the actual experience of smoking. They notice the bitter taste of the smoke, the burning sensation in their lungs, the lingering smell on their clothes. They start to see the cigarette not as a source of pleasure or relaxation, but as a source of discomfort and ill health. This process of disenchantment is not about forcing ourselves to dislike something we once enjoyed. It's about developing a more honest and balanced view of our experience. As we become more aware of the downsides of our habits, the allure begins to fade. This is because our brains are constantly seeking rewards. When we repeatedly engage in a behavior that no longer delivers the expected reward, our brain takes notice. The dopamine-driven reinforcement loop weakens, and the habit loses its grip. One of the most remarkable aspects of mindfulness is that it offers its own inherent reward, the reward of curiosity. When we approach our experience with a sense of curiosity, we tap into a powerful source of motivation. Instead of seeing mindfulness as a chore or a burden, we begin to see it as an opportunity for discovery. Each moment becomes a chance to learn something new about ourselves and the world around us. This sense of curiosity can be incredibly engaging, making the process of mindfulness enjoyable and sustainable. Moreover, by focusing on the present moment, mindfulness allows us to step out of the cycle of rumination and worry that often fuels our bad habits. We stop dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future anxieties. Instead, we bring our full attention to the here and now, finding a sense of peace and stability in the present moment. In a world saturated with distractions and temptations, mindfulness offers a path to greater freedom and well-being. By cultivating curiosity, acceptance, and a willingness to see things as they truly are, we can break free from the grip of bad habits and live more fulfilling and meaningful lives. Please subscribe and turn on the notification to get more videos from us. See you in the next one.